Oh, oh, oh. Now I know what you're gonna say. Oh my gosh. He's only gone and got another Glock. But hear me out, please, hear me out. Now I know you're familiar with Tokyo Marui Glocks, KJW Glocks, and of course WeTech Glocks. And there's a few others out there like HK3P, but again, OEM, WeTech. But have you heard of B&W? B&W, who the Glock are they? Oh, by the way, today's video is sponsored by I'm really excited about a new product.
Okay.
These pretty much came out this year. Really loving the look of the box. They've actually put some effort into the presentation of this. And look, there's even an exploded view of the Glock. Oh, and look who it's powered by. Poseidon. Let's get it open. Okay, so here we are again with another Airsoft G-Series gas blowback pistol. Now, I'm gonna refrain from calling it a... All right, I'll say it one more time and you won't hear this word for the rest of this video. I'm gonna refrain from calling this a Glock. The reason being, if you've been following me on Twitter, and also if you've followed me on my Facebook page, you will know that there are two organizations that are going to bring you the Airsoft Masses official, oh, I've got to say it again, but I'm saying it in its official capacity now, official Airsoft Glock pistols, okay? So anything else that comes out that looks like one of those things, the G word, including this, it's just going to be referred to as a G series. And as you can see, nowhere on this box does it say Glock. Oh, I said it again. Anyway, let's get it open. So it'd be interesting to see how this one is made because, you know, as I mentioned before, a lot of these Airsoft G-Series pistols do have an OEM, but I've been reliably informed this is actually made by B&W, but tinkered with by Poseidon. Look at that beautiful box on the inside. Oh, oh, haha, would you look at this beauty? The actual shade of black on this is gorgeous because normally I'm used to Airsoft G-Series pistols having a sort of a lighter grey slide. Case in point just here, I don't know if you can see that on the side, but I'll show you the difference a bit later. But look, absolutely jet black slide. I'm actually used to having Airsoft G-Series pistols having a darker frame than the slide itself, but in this B&W case, it's the other way around. And I like this. I like it. So far, it feels good. Another thing I've just noticed straight away, and you've probably noticed it already, would you look at the sights? They're literally glowing. Now, that's not normal, I don't think, for your regular G-Series Glocks. In fact, no, it isn't, because I can see straight away on these.
You said it again.
It's more of a goalpost kind of design. When I was reading up about this, and there's not a lot about these online, so I really had to dig deep and do some research, it did mention that one of the strong points of this particular G17 by B&W is the sights. Although not official Glock sights. Oh my gosh, I said it again. But anyway, yeah, I said that in context, so that's okay. So, although they're not official Glock sights, oh my gosh, they're awesome because they glow. Now, just to confirm again that this is actually made by the company stated on the box, or if not made by them, it's certainly not made by the one that we're usually used to seeing. So with this, at least they're not pretending to be that famous G manufacturer of Gs, yeah, there's none of that branding on here. It literally is just B&W branding. And look at the back strap there. Now because this particular G series G7, oh, it's so hard not to say GLOCK. Oh, I said it again. Before I test it out, let's take a look inside, as always. Remove the mag. Actually, let me just show you the mag. Looks like a pretty standard G17 Airsoft mag. And again, on the base of the mag, it's B&W branding. So because this is like the new kid on the block, I'd like to be one of the first videos to actually show you the internals so that you can see for yourself and decide for yourself, is it really not made by that other OEM? But anyway, let's get the slide off. Let's take a look inside, yeah? Okay, straight away, those of you that know your internals and know your WeTech pistols and your Marui pistols, you can see straight away that this isn't your standard G series internals right there. Look at that. So what I'm going to do straight away is just have a look at the slide of another WeTech G17. Which one should I use? So right here, that's a WeTech G17. So let's quickly whip that open and see if there's any real difference to the internals. You see, I can see it straight away. So let's keep it in mind, in my right hand is the WeTech. Another way you can tell the difference, like I mentioned before, so I'll take the opportunity to show it to you now. Look how grey the WeTech slide looks, as opposed to this B&W. And of course, another big giveaway is that I've put that cool looking sight on the WeTech. I say WeTech, it's HK3P, but we all know HK3P, WeTech in disguise. Right, so I'm just going to show you the bloomin' obvious to the naked eye, okay, before I actually tell you what's technically different between the two. If you look on the side here of where you adjust your hop up, just physically look at how it's built there on the side. Can you see it's not exactly a clone on the B&W slide? Can you see the difference there? Even that piece right there is thicker than that piece right there. Look carefully. Right, if you take a slightly closer look, and again, I'm not being technical here, I'm showing you the absolute obvious to the naked eye that they are not just a clone of each other. If you look on this piece right here, and look on that piece right here, on the WeTech, this is slanted. You probably can't tell on the camera, whereas this one isn't. If you look at the actual hop-up wheel itself right here, and the one here, you can see one is thicker than the other. So all I'm doing is showing you at the moment, they haven't just got a WeTech and rebranded it and shoved it in a box. There are differences. Again, pointing out the absolute obvious to the naked eye. If you look at, these are the lower frames, by the way, in case you're just brand new to Airsoft, the lower section of the pistols, you can see once again the differences, and I'm pointing at it straight away. Look at that little metal piece there. That is a round piece there. If you look on the B&W, it's actually a flat piece. Now, I didn't come on here today just to tell you this is a B&W, their own brand, their own make, and yeah, that's it. No, I actually spoke to the worldwide distributor. Now, I'm not talking about JK Army, they're the retailer, but the people that supplies the retailers, I spoke to them and I asked them a number of times, is this made by we? And they said no. Right, so on this side of the slide, again, you can see the differences. Can you see that little cutout there on the WeTech? That's the bit that hooks onto this piece right here, so it locks back, yeah? So that's your slide lock and release right here. That's what it will hook onto on the slide. That's the WeTech one. Look at the B&W one, how much bigger and prominent that cutout section is. Whether that means this locks back a lot more efficiently than this, because it's got a lot more to lock into on the slide than this one, remains to be seen. But again, the whole purpose of me showing you all these differences is just to try and convince you that this is not just another we OEM. Okay, so enough with the comparisons now. I'm just going to solely concentrate on this B&W. Right, so let's get rid of these. Nice. And before I go into more spec, let's take a closer look with my infamous little montage of this B&W G17 Airsoft gas blowback. Right, so what sets this B&W G17 apart from other G17s in the airsoft world? Well, because it's powered by Poseidon, it does boast an air cushion precision inner barrel and patented hop-up bucking unit. And of course, it goes without saying, it has a nice tight bore inner barrel. Now, if you're absolutely brand spanking new to airsoft and keep wondering why do people keep mentioning things like buckings and tight bore barrels and hop up units and all sorts, well, you know, if you look online, you'll get your answers. But in terms of a tight bore barrel, I can tell you straight away in basic terms, the tighter the barrel, as long as it's not too tight, the tighter the barrel, the more precise your airsoft weapon will be. So your BB will travel a lot more precisely when it leaves the barrel. If you can imagine, if that inner barrel right there was a lot bigger, there's a chance that as you fire your BB, it could hit the sides of the barrel before it leaves, thus making it less stable, thus making your BB fly all over the place. That's just in very basic terms. I'm sure you've got better experts out there that could explain it a lot better. And of course, it's not just about tight bore barrels. There's no point in having a tight bore barrel if the rest of your airsoft weapon is trash or garbage. Now, before I get this thing ready to take it to the range, I'm going to show you one or two more things that you would expect to find on an Airsoft G17. So of course, you've got your serial number on the safety slide right here. Now I'll tell you straight away, I hate these things. All of the safety slides on every single one of my Airsoft, that G word, it's like murder trying to slide it, yeah? They're really stiff. But, you know, it's there, it's functional, it works. But yeah, it also serves as a little plate with your serial number. Of course, you've got a nice little lower rail down there. So, and of course, you've got your safety incorporated within the trigger right there in the center. If you can just see it, just like the real steel, it will fire when you pull the trigger like that. If you don't engage that centerpiece, which will be pretty hard to do, to be fair, to not engage it when you pull the trigger. But if you was to accidentally pull the trigger just to the side of it, not engaging that centerpiece, it won't fire. You've got to get your finger in and pull all the way. And after doing my research, it's become quite apparent that you can use many Tokyo Marui parts if you want to try and further upgrade this B&W G17. Yes, it is compatible with Tokyo Marui parts, and it will also take Tokyo Marui mags. Okay, like many Airsoft G series and of course real steel, the slide metal, your lower frame polymer. Right, so let's get this bad boy ready. Green gas of choice, BBs of choice. Let's do this. Now, every now and again I do look through the comments. Luckily, I do have a couple of people that help me moderate the comment section of my videos. They've got filters in place and they always delete inappropriate comments before I see them. And most of the time the comments don't even make it onto the comment section because of the filters. Why am I telling you this? Is because I don't want you to think that I ignore your comments. I do see them, but because there are so many, I can't sort of like reply to every single one individually. So what I'm going to start to do now is when I'm doing reviews and stuff, I will answer a few of your questions in certain videos. So I won't necessarily be doing a sort of a separate Q&A, which I will do now and again, but you know, I can just generally answer your questions when I'm doing reviews of certain products. And believe it or not, I do get certain questions. Hang on a second. There you go. I do get certain questions which to many of you will be very basic and easy to answer, but I do get a hell of a lot of new viewers to my channel. So just before I take it to the range, let me answer one or two questions right now. I did see in my comment section this question. When are we going to see the comparison video of the Desert Eagles? Or when are we going to see the part 3 of the GBLS DAS M4? And my answer to those type of questions are, if you followed me on Twitter, you would know. Hint, hint. Anywho, let's take it to the range and let's see how good this B&W G17 powered by Poseidon is. Right, so I've got another new paper target right here. It's not my usual. So as you can see here, you've got target 1, target 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And between each of those targets in all different directions, you've got smaller targets. These are so small. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to be going at my normal distance. So this is going to be really difficult, but at least it will test my accuracy and how good this B&W G17 is. Right, so target number 1 first, which is top left-hand corner. Target 2. Target 3. Target 4. Target 5. Target 6. Now I know what you're thinking. You can't see 5 and 6, but don't worry, I'll show it to you in a second. Okay, I haven't managed to hit dead on bullseye on any of the targets, but I will say this again, these are very small, which is why I would say right now, this B&W G17 is pretty good, pretty hot, because I've hit right there, just bottom left of center of the number 1 target. On the number 2, right on the edge of the target at the bottom, again from here to here is about 1.5 inches, 2 inches max. So as you can see, I hit just on the edge of the target right there. Target number 4, just outside, so it didn't do as well on that particular one there. Let's go down to targets 5 and 6. As you can see there, I hit it just there, not bad at all. That's good. That's pretty much center in terms of where it landed within the target, but a bit too high to hit bullseye. And on number 6, as you can see, I can't even see where I hit it. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Right there at the very top of the target. And again, just to give you a bit of perspective as to the sizes of each of these targets, here's a well-known drinks manufacturer's bottle cap. Look, if I put it, for example, on the number 1 target, do you see what I mean by how small these targets are? So yeah, this B&W G17 so far is pretty decent. Let's chrono this bad boy. There you go. I reckon if you average that out a bit, we're looking at about 290 FPS. Of course, as always, with gas blowback airsoft systems, especially with green gas and similar gases, it does depend on your environment, the temperature as well, how much FPS you're going to get. It is possible to get a higher FPS, and sometimes you could even get a lower FPS. And you've also got to keep in mind a thing called mag freeze. So if you're constantly using the same mag, so when the gas runs out, you fill it up again and keep firing, gas runs out, you fill it up again and keep firing, you're going to get mag freeze, and that will affect the performance of most airsoft gas magazines. So that's pretty decent if you do like the look of this B&W Bold Warrior in action. If you do like the look of this, head over to the JK Army website, jkarmy.com, or just look in the video description below where you will see a direct link to this product and, of course, a price. Nice. What I will also say about this B&W G17 is that it's got a really light trigger pull. There's absolutely almost no effort whatsoever when engaging with that trigger. Still can't get over how awesome these sights look. Wow. All right, next mag. Let's go. Oh, 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 and look who it's powered by.